in Wicklow, and I was driving by here and seen this beautiful church and graveyard. Now our live earlier on didn't go well, but I'm hoping this one is much better. The coverage seems to be much better anyway. And just have a look at that. It's a cross with an anchor. Really beautiful. And it says sacred to the memory of Captain James Thomas Belton. And it looks like SS City of Dundee, by whose devoted gallantry all the passengers were saved when during a fog the vessel was run into and sunk in the Bay of Cardigan early on the morning of the 4th of October 1908. So that is extremely interesting and a beautiful memorial for Captain James Thomas Belton. Really, really beautiful. And I'm just going to turn around now and show you this gorgeous church. And as I said, as I drove the road that's just above it, I spotted it and couldn't help but come in. So we'll have a walk up along anyway. I just see this tiny little cross here, and it is tiny but beautiful. Has like ivy growing around it. Loving memory of Francis Arthur Hampton, only child of the Reverend Hampton and Lily Robinson, who died the 16th of July 1900s, aged 10.5 months. Such a tiny little headstone for just a little baby and only child. And you can see that the plot itself is really, really small. So that's really sad. But just by looking at the headstones in the area and even the surnames, I'm guessing that this is Church of Ireland. Hi Crypt Store, how are you? Hi Janet, hi Tony, great picture, brilliant. We were trying to go live earlier and of course reception totally let us down. I'm back, Hazel, and just to let you know, Hazel, I did vlog it, and extremely you know, it was just in an area that there was really bad coverage, and there was nothing I could do. And unfortunately in Ireland that does seem to be the problem. This is Arthur Hudson. He was 70 when he died in 1907, and his wife Helena, and she died in 1907, aged 66. In debt they were not divided. How beautiful is that, guys? And also of Donald, their son, 1888, and he was only 6.5. So very sad. And just again, I'm going to turn around and show you that fantastic church. So this is, we're in Wicklow, so it's a few hours away from home. Thanks, Cryptor. Much appreciated. But as I said, this was just a little place that I spotted driving by, and to look at it, it's absolutely gorgeous here. Really, really beautiful. That church is amazing. But in the area itself, I'm surprised we actually even have reception. And we can see down there, just in the distance, it looks like a castle. You can see that there. But we'll wander around. Thanks, Hazel. They're great places, but by gar, they're not the easiest to get to. Look at that. And we've a few of those. We'll see if we can read this one. It looks like Richard, and it's Tuke, Tuke maybe, of Castle Macadam. He died in 1898 and he was 84. So look at that. Thanks, Hazel. Yeah, we got to vlog that place today. Very interesting. This is Captain James Higgins. He died January 1920, age 78. And his wife is there as well, Sarah. She died in 1936, aged 90. And also their children. So we have another one of these monuments just ahead here. And on the side here it says, and their youngest beloved son, William. He was 36 when he died in the 1900s. Just look at that church. I wish we could get in there. It is absolutely beautiful. So it looks like it's Mary Jane on this side and her husband Robert as well. 1883, aged 57. So we'll wander on up. And the coverage is good, which is great. So we can take our time in here and have a close look at some of these. Loving memory of Ellen, daughter of Richard Appleby. Died 1908, aged 36. Also to be above named Richard. He died in 1917, aged 77. His wife Ellen is there as well. 1918, aged 74. And his son died in 1925, aged 42. And their daughter then, Alice, 1926, aged 47. So a beautiful headstone there. Now we've some newer ones there, but I can just see in the distance it actually looks like a fresh burial. So we won't go over there just because I always feel that the newer graves, you just, you know, I just don't like reading them out. It's too new. We've this great one here. Now this is railed, but there's also a tomb inside. We'll see if we can read this. It looks like John Hodge, the beloved wife of John Hodge. Unfortunately the date is actually gone off that, but a beautiful railed grave nonetheless. So as you can see, this is built up kind of on a hill, which is quite interesting. But Wicklow is full of hills and mountains and all of that, and beautiful countryside. This is Richard Steedman, and it says Wooden Bridge there, and we're actually quite near Wooden Bridge, and it's a beautiful part of County Wicklow. Who was called home the 24th of June 1958, aged 56. His beloved wife Mary as well, called home the 16th of June 1997, aged 97. A dearly loved mother. So we'll just have a look up along. Oh, look at this one. It's almost like a scroll. Margaret Johnson, 1895, aged 74, and her husband Edward is there as well. He was 84 when he died in 1908. Their grandson John is there. He died 2nd of November 1918, and he was only 16. Their daughter-in-law Elizabeth is there as well. 1946, she was 78, and their son Edward, 1946. It looks like 82, and then his son Richard, 1960 possibly, aged 52. That's another nice one there as well. With the green stones in this one. Thomas Cook, called home the 11th of June 1956, aged 78, and his beloved wife Sarah. She was called home 1975, aged 84. Their beloved son Frederick is there. He was 77 when he died in 2000. We have some very unique looking headstones just there as well. And I kind of love those. They're weather worn, but it really adds to the headstone when they look like this. But then unfortunately it's harder to read, of course. John Cyril. Steadfast in the work of the Lord for 36 years and called to the higher service the 20th of July 1968. And Annie Elsa Reed, his loved wife and loving mother of John Grace, called home the 6th of May 1994. Their children arise and call them blessed. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this one. Now, it looks like Sarah is on this. Sarah Morgan Avoca, memory of her beloved husband Thomas. 1887, aged 45, and her daughter Marion, 1889, she was just 14. And then there's another name there, it looks like Sarah, 1903, aged 45. So another young person. So we're going to walk up along and I'll give you another view of this gorgeous church. And just look at that for a view. And as I said, this is what we could see when we were driving by. You can hear the noise of the road. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of the nicest I've seen anyway. So we'll walk up along and then we'll turn around and come back up the other way. Oh, Hazel, that's lovely. Frances Pearl Sharp. She was 58 when she died in 1974. Also her husband Ernest. He was 82 when he died in 1987. We've Robert Charles Ryan here, 1943, age 71. His wife Ellen, she was 77 when she died in 1955. Their son William Charles Ryan, the 25th of July 1981, age 68. And his uncle George Lawrence, 1977. So you can kind of get a clear view that we are actually on a hill. And as I come around here, I've just noted this one. So it looks like a tomb, but it has a cross on it. And if I turn around, we have those lead letterings. Hi Lisa. Hi Lulu. In loving memory of David Pierce Conningham Plunkett, died 18th of February 1956. Just look at that. And just there we have John Henry Saville, 1958. So this one then is fond remembrance of their darling daughter Pamela Vivian Hobson, whom God called home the 3rd of February 1960, and she was 7.5 months. And her mother, whom God called home 10th of June 1997, age 66, and her father Abraham George Hobson, whom God called home 2005, 81. And it's so sad to read there, another little baby, 7.5 months old only. So this is in loving memory of Thomas Charles Bryan. Now, if I get this wrong, you'll have to forgive me. Pulver Taft, Ballina House of Oka, died 15th July 1945, aged 45, and of his beloved wife Nancy Nee Worrell, died the 11th of June 2002, and in Folkestone, England, aged 102. I have fought a good fight, I have kept the faith. Guys, just look at that, 102. What an amazing age. That is brilliant for Nancy. Wow. So I'm going to come back around. So 102, quite amazing. Hi Tracy. Hi Beth. You'll have to forgive me guys if I don't see your chats there. It's kind of going so fast. We have a picture on this one. I'll try and make my way around without standing on graves. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? R.F. Steadman, born Perth, Ontario, Canada, October the 15th, 1912, died March the 22nd, 1978. Norma Helen Steadman. Is that Rockinville, Canada? November the 4th, 1907, and died in Canada as well. Regina, I don't know what SK stands for guys, so if you can help me out. April the 17th, 2001. Not in vain have I been I. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous photo. So we'll continue on around. We'll go right up to the top again. We have a major here guys, in loving memory of her parents. Major E.A.T. Bailey, DSO, born in 1877 and died in 1959. And that looks like Eileen CEO Bailey, New Inglefield, 1896 to 1960. And beside him then we have Edward A.R. Bailey again, Ballyarthur Wooden Bridge, born the 20th of September 1922, died the 13th of September 2017. And I'm going to try and get in close as I can. Have a look at that. And that looks like, actually I'm not quite sure whether that is that. Actually to me from here it looks like a boar. So I hope the audio is alright. We've got a bit of a breeze now blowing and night is falling fast. But as I said, I just couldn't pass this one up. This one has caught my eye. Jack Caswell, born the 5th of February 1929 at Swift Current, Canada. Died 16th of March 1976 in Avoca. Maisie May Caswell, born the 23rd of May 1928 at Glasgow, Scotland. Died in Tinnahinch in Avoca. It's Western Province, flatland grain fields. Wow. Thanks, Lulu. So when you start in these graveyards, you have no idea of what you'll find, and I suppose that's part of the brilliance of just stopping at the side of the road. Hi T, how are you? And just going live, I suppose. Swift Current. I won't pronounce that, Lulu, sorry, but thanks for that. This is Aaron George Burns, Avoca. He was 74 when he died in 1963. His beloved wife Sarah is there. 1978, aged 83, and their beloved son William Willie Burns, aged 82, 2010. His loving wife, she died in 2014, aged 88, and their adored son Nigel William Burns. He was 43 when he died in 2015. So another young man. This one is beautiful. Here we have the fresh flowers and we have some little ducks as well there. Alfred William Matthew Beale died the 9th of April 1962, aged just 6 months. Also his loving father Benjamin. Sorry now. I'm just going to start reading that again. There's a tractor there on the road. So, in loving memory of her dear son, Alfred William Matthew Beale, Tincurry Ferns, died the 9th of April 1962, aged just 6 months. Also his loving father, Benjamin Ben Beale. He died the 18th of April 1999, aged 84. Also loving mother and wife, Margaret. And she was 88 when she died in 2012. So yet again, guys, another little baby. And it would break your heart reading it. So there's a closer look at the church, and I would really love to get in. And you can just see the detail there. Absolutely gorgeous. So we'll have a quick look. These are obviously newer ones, and what I've noticed straight away now is that there is no, do you know the way on most of the newer ones you have the curbs to mark the plots. So it's this is quite interesting. This is Savile Gordon, 1942, and his beloved wife May is there as well. George Henry Hill, William Christopher, George William Stafford. I don't know whether we'll get to read this one. Alexander, Phoenix, Arizona, born Belfast 1912, died 1981. President and founder of Arizona Soccer League. So that's what I mean, guys. You just don't ever know what you're going to find when you come in. So Phoenix, Arizona. This is another beautiful one. William John Burns. He was 84 when he died in 1981. Christina Margaret is his wife, and she died in 1987, age 74. Together forever. And it says peace there. John Noble Keppel, 30th September 1980. He was 70 when he died, and his wife Maisie is there as well. 1991, age 79. And we have another unusual one here. We'll get the torch. In memory of Robert Ronald Mulcahy Morgan, Commander RN of Knocknamohal, Avoca, formerly of Kenya. Now I can't. Kipkurima, Kitale, Kenya, 1897 to 1980, and his wife, I think it's Aileen Elizabeth, and she died in 1984. So it's just amazing to be able to read all of these, really, and there are actually very easy to read, I suppose. 1979, age 92. It looks like Nicholas there. Arthur Robert, 1904 to 1979. So we'll go this way now and go back along. This is William Edward, 1983, and his wife Sarah. John here, 1984, age 72, and his wife Sadie. Elizabeth Ellison, 1985, age 62. Her husband William is there as well. Constance Green, 1987, age 70. Her daughter of Joseph and Mary Green. Also her sister Irene, 1993, age 70. Hi Tammy, Disneyland, California. Wow. Richard Kieran, Arklow and Dublin, died February 1988, age 76. His wife Sarah is there as well. Kathleen Patton, Wooden Bridge, Avoca, 1990, age 79. Her husband William, 1999, age 90. Henry Johnson, He was 87 when he died in 1993. We have Alfie here, died in 1994, aged 83. His loving wife Elizabeth is there as well. Emily Alice Hill, Dorothy Murphy, Frederick Henry Bradshaw, Sheena Mitchell. She was 64 when she died in 1996, and her beloved husband William is there as well. So we have actually here Canon James Harton, Avoca, Rector, Ballinatone and Ockram, 1988 and 1994. And as I said, this is quite unusual for me. I'm so used to the headstones having plots that are marked with curbs, but I mean they're still putting flowers down for their loved ones. Kathleen Violet Clune, the beloved wife of John Clune, Wooden Bridge, who departed this life September 2000, aged 72. A loving wife and mother, and her darling husband John Francis. He died in 2004, aged 73, and underneath, a marvellous man, and I'm sure he was. Eves, thou wilt keep in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, Gerald Joshua, cherished husband, adventurous father, fun-loving grandpa, 1933 to 19th of July 2002. And I'm just going to put a light on that. Cherished husband, adventurous father, fun-loving grandpa. And I'm sure he was just that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Edward Brunker here in Ockram. He died when he was 91, 2003. And his wife Gertrude. She was 93 when she died in 2011. And this is William Edward. God called home the 24th of December 2001, aged only 47. And we have beautiful fresh flowers. But we also have a cow and a stone left there as well. So maybe William was a farmer. And on the back of this one, it says Bailey. And we've loads of little trinkets here. Abraham Abe Bailey called home. You just see the little trinkets there. We've a hedgehog, a dog, and a bird, and more birds there. He died in 2009. He was 66. Beloved husband, dad, and granddad, always in our thoughts. Also his beloved wife Audrey, mum and grandmother, called home the 11th of November 2011, aged 64, much loved and never forgotten. So really beautiful memorials here, and the verses are just absolutely gorgeous. Bill William Stanfield, he died in 2008, and it says, "Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I am asleep, safe in the arms of Jesus." Isn't that gorgeous? And we have flowers here as well. And look at this one. Adelaide Elizabeth Mullen, wonderful spirit, County Waterford, and late of Wicklow, 2008. Her husband Patrick is there as well. He died in 2014. Liam Barnes, GP Captain Brian Robinson, formerly of Avoca Manor, 1927 to 2016, and Rose Robinson, formerly of Ballyarter. She died in 2018, and it even says they were married at Castle Macadam in 1957, and our hearts, like thy waters, be mingled in peace. So I have to say the verses here are absolutely beautiful. And even the way they say, departed this life, or it's like something so personal when they write the little verses on them. Who passed away here. This is Rachel, 2007. And there's another one who was called home, 2006. This is Elizabeth. Absolutely gorgeous. We have a little tiny one here. Lewis William Robinson, 2004. No longer in our lives to share, but in our hearts you are always there. And that's for sure. And I'm sure you can see, guys, that it's getting dark. But before we go, we'll just have one look. There was a particular headstone just right at the start of the video, and you may not have all caught it, but it was absolutely gorgeous. We're just going to make our way down these steps here. Now, and you can see there's a fog falling and a mist, and I'll have to get into the car soon and drive home. But this was definitely worth stopping by, and even looking at the entrance of the door to the church. They have flowers and ivy, and that's called cotton Easter, another type of flowering plant. Isn't that beautiful? So much detail there. But I just want to go back to where we started, and just this one again. And it's worth reading out again. But first I want to show you the details. So we have the anchor, the chain, and the cross. And down below it says, "Sacred to the memory Captain James Thomas Belton, SS City of Dundee, by whose devoted gallantry all the passengers were saved when during a fog the vessel was run into and sunk in the Bay of Cardigan early on the morning of the 4th of October 1908. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee." So Captain James Thomas, he must have saved passengers after a vessel run into and sunk off the Bay of Cardigan. And it's funny that we end this video here and I just talking about the fog coming in, rolling in across the mountains here and the hills. I'm not sure whether it picks that up, but it is strange that the last headstone we read today mentions the fog as well. So guys, you can see that dark is falling fast. So I'd just like to thank you all for watching and coming along. Appreciate you all. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.